Good morning everybody. At least I think it's morning. I've been up just about the entire night playing with my new Brother SE630 Sewing embroidery machine. Gosh, I need my coffee this morning. And I'm telling you, this machine is just, I can't even begin to tell you how good it is. I'm still learning it, so bear with me if I make a few mistakes, but that's how we learn, by making mistakes. So I'm going to put the camera on pause for just a second, and when I come back, I'm going to show you the front of this machine and some of the features. I'm going to move my coffee out of the way. I think I've secured my tripod today, hopefully that I don't have any malfunctions like I had yesterday. So give me a second and I'll be right back. So here we have the machine as it sits on my little sewing table. It is currently shut off, and I see that there's a very nasty glare, and I'm really sorry about that. It's quite a gloomy day here in Central Florida today, and I had to put on so many more lights just to be able to see what I'm doing. So the machine is currently shut off. I'm going to just kind of get a little closer here and show you the faceplate. Alright, moving back up, there you can see that it is a SE630. Then moving over here, we have our little speed slider to control the speed of the machine. Here we have our scissors, our thread cutter, our needle up, needle down button, our reverse button, and the stop and go button if you don't use your foot pedal. And today I have my foot pedals disconnected because I found it so much easier to practice with this machine with just using the start stop button. Now on the side we obviously have our sorry about moving so fast, we have our flywheel, our on off switch. This is where you would plug in the foot pedal, and then we have a USB port here for a flash drive, which I'm going to have to get one because I've really had no use for one in the past. So let me reach around here and turn this bad boy on so you can see what it does, and we'll do a little sample sewing with it. Okay, it is on. A couple things that I want you to note about this machine is how quiet it actually is while sewing and how bright the light is here. There's no problems with lighting with this machine. It is just top notch. Alright, so in order to initiate anything, I have to touch the touch screen here, and then you heard that it reset everything, and now this is the opening screen. This opening screen tells you what foot you should be using, and then you have a variety of stitches here, and I can use my little arrow over here, this key right here, to arrow over. So watch what happens. There is 5 pages of utility stitches here. Now let's say I want to go to a decorative stitch. I'm just going to go right here to this key, and then you'll notice the screen changes. Now this machine is pretty much done by just these buttons here and the touch screen. So absolutely easy to use. It's just, this machine is just amazing. Alright, so I'm going to say I want to pull up one of my favorite stitches here, which is this one right here. It's a decorative stitch, and I can just arrow or just touch the one that I want. There is only one page for these type of stitches, so I'm just going to touch this. Maybe. There we go. I have to go in and adjust the sensitivity of the touch screens, or get myself one of those little pens that you can use. It has the rubber tip on it. Alright, so we've got this decorative stitch here, and I can go up to here, and if this stitch was available to alter its size and length, I could do that, but sadly this is one of the few stitches that you absolutely can't change. Alright, so I'm good. So let's say I want to get back out of here. I'm just going to hit OK. It'll take me back to that screen, and then I can, if I want to get completely out of the screen, I just hit the arrow back key right here, and that'll take me back. Here's basically your utility stitches, more utility stitches. Oh gosh, so many things here. Let's go to this one here. Come on, I really need to adjust that. So we have a whole boatload of stitches here. There's 3 pages here, and in order to see them, you just hit your little arrow key here, and that advances the pages. Look, we even have a little alligator here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll stitch him out. Since he's there, I'm going to see if I can alter him a little bit. Nope, that's one you can't alter either. So, alright. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and put some fabric under here. I've just got a piece, it's a 10-inch square of bone-colored fabric. I just folded it in half. Switch arms here so I can manipulate. Now you see the red light is here is telling me I can't do anything with this machine right now. And when I put the presser foot down, it turns green, and that tells me that I can begin sewing. So something here I also want to point out, one of the really cool features, if you notice right here, there's an end stitch and the scissor stitch. If I hit the scissor stitch, it activates both of those, and it will tie off the beginning stitch, it will tie off the ending stitch, and it will cut the thread. Alright, so let's go over here, and again, please note how quiet this machine is. I am only inches, maybe 4 or 5 inches away from this machine at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and get it started so you can see. Notice how quiet it is, how bright the surface is to work with. Heck, I don't really even have to have any additional lighting for working with this machine. Right now, if I want to end this, I could hit the start stop button here, or to initiate the backup or tie off and scissor cutter, I have to hit this button right here. Okay, let's have a look and see what that looks like. Okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't hit the alligator. This is a really, really pretty decorative stitch. So I'm going to go back, put this back up here, lower my presser foot. See the green light popped on again. And now I'm going to hit for the alligator, which I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Now the alligator stitches out at a width of 7.0 and a length of 2.5, and I can actually change the width and the length of that, but I'm going to leave it alone. Alright, I still have my scissor and my tie-off buttons engaged, and they will stay engaged until you shut them off. Alright, so let's see what the little alligator looks like. You know, when I was playing with this yesterday, I kept humming that, or singing that song, "We have green alligators and long neck geese, humpty-back camels and chimpanzees." Some rats and cats and elephants, and sure as you're born, you're never gonna see no unicorn. Alright, enough of my singing. I should sing solo. Solo, you can hardly hear me. Alright, I'm gonna engage this. We have the little alligator. You see I'm pushing the button here. And note that I really don't even have to hold the fabric. It sews very, very straight on its own. And please again note how quiet this is and how bright the sewing field is in here. This machine is actually great. Okay, so it was set just to stitch one alligator, which I can go in and change that. And you notice at the end it tied off and cut the threads. So there's my little alligator. Ain't he cute? Alright, let's try something else here. I'm going to go back to my main screen. And notice it tells you here what foot you should use, what the pattern looks like. And this actually advances while you're sewing. So I'm just going to go here to a straight stitch. It's going to ask me if I want to cancel the current pattern, and I'm going to say okay. And I'm going to just stitch with a basic straight stitch. And I can go here and I can alter that. I'm going to change it. I don't need to change the width right now, but I can. But I am going to change the length to a 3.0. And you see here it shows what the stitch is going to look like. Alright, so let's initiate this. This is one. Now I can put the stitch cutter and everything on. But I think it's only going to stitch, if my memory is correct, it's only going to stitch a little bit and then it'll stop. Alright, so let's start. And this is on a medium speed right now. Whoop, I was wrong. Alright, now I'm going to stop it. And this thread cutter is super quiet as well. Alright, I'm going to rearrange this camera. I'm going to set it, my little tripod here on the table and point it down a little bit, hopefully. I'm just going to pause for a second here while I do that. No use in making y'all seasick. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to start out by hitting the needle down button, and then I'm going to have it stitch another straight stitch here. Same as before. Push the start button. It locks the stitch, goes forward. And look, at hands free basically. Here's my hands. Now I'm going to tell it to stop. It does a backup, lock off, and cuts the thread. Have a look at that. Hopefully, I can't see the camera, so I can't see what y'all are seeing at the moment. But to me, it looks really good. Here's the back. The tension is good. I didn't have to play with the tension. Now, I'm going to go here to my touch screen. And again, everything is basically touch screen and just the few buttons that are on the faceplate. So I am going to go to one of my favorite stitches here. I have to remember where it's at. Let's see, I'll find it. Maybe I will. I know it's here somewhere. You would think I would have all these memorized after playing with this machine just about all night. Alright. Ah, here it is. Found it. Alright. This is what I call a Christmas tree. I'm sure there's another name for it. It is a decorative type stitch that would be ideal for quilting. And it's currently set at a width of 7 6.00 millimeters and a length of 2.5 millimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and push the needle down. By pushing the needle down when I start, it will end stitching in the needle down position. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit the start button, and you can see one of my most favorite stitches here. There is one thing that I noticed about this machine, that some of the decorative and utility stitches, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. See, like this one here, I can't adjust the speed. It's set at that speed. Your basic utility stitches, you can change the speed. Now look, I have my hands right here. I am not touching this fabric, and look how straight it's stitching. This is just an absolutely wonderful machine. I am so pleased with it so far. It's super, super easy to use. I'm going to make a little adjustment here. Super easy to use. There's so many help features here. The manual that came with it is everything's in there. Everything you need to know, plus, is in there. Oh, Journey. Little Journey saw the neighbor walking their dogs and has to have the last word. Alright, so I'm going to stop that now. Now, I didn't have the needle and back or tie off engaged, so I'm just going to stop this, hit my scissor button, lift my presser foot, and check this out. Isn't that such a pretty stitch? It reminds me of little Christmas trees. Alright, let's try something else here. This is another nice stitch as well. It's stars and a little square that separates the just the little stars or asterisks. Alright, so I am going to initiate the thread cutter and tie off on this one and hit the start button. And again, I'm not using any hands. My hands are right here. And just look at how straight that sews without having to guide the fabric all that much. Yes, occasionally you have to do a little adjustment, but this is just like the perfect machine for me. It's got all the bells and whistles that I could ever need and want, and I didn't pay a couple $1,000 to get it. A $400 machine here is doing all these wonderful things. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the end button here. It will stop, tie off, and cut the thread. Lift my presser foot. This is just like a little chain stitch, or it looks like a chain. Hopefully you can see that. Very nice. Now I'm going to go ahead and stitch right here in between these two solid lines that I made, and I'm going to change that. You know, again, I keep remembering I have to hit the button here to indicate what stitch I want. Alright, this is the little star stitch, and it's currently set at 6.0 with a length of 2.5, and I'm going to change that, and I'm going to take it up to 7. There's just a little plus or minus key that pops up. Alright, it's set at 7 millimeters. I'm going to go ahead, hit OK. My scissor feature and backup feature is activated. So let's start. It's done. Lift the presser foot. Okay, so this is one of the stitches that I actually have to go in and tell it to continuously sew. If not, it'll just do like 2 segments and stop. Alright, I'm going to show you one other stitch that I use all the time in my quilting, if I can find it once again. And it's a serpentine stitch. It's currently set at 5.0, and I'm going to stitch it at 5.0, but then I'm going to stop it and increase it up to a 7.0. So serpentine stitch is activated. I am not going to have my auto start or backup and thread cutter activated because I don't want it to cut threads each time. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the start button here. And this is one of the stitches you can actually adjust your speed. This is very slow, and this is very fast. I know the cable's bouncing a little bit when I go that fast. Alright, so I'm going to stop it. Hit the needle up button, hit my thread cutter. Alright, there it is. I'm hoping you can see that. I can't see the viewfinder on my camera at this angle. So I'm going to stitch that one more time, but this time I'm going to make it a little longer and a little wider. So I'm going to go up, that was 5.0, I'm going to go up to 7 and a length of 2. I'm going to hit OK. I will initiate my startup lock stitch and tie off, and I will initiate the thread cutter as well. So let's start, and you can see the difference in sizes of this machine, or of this stitch. Speed it up a little bit more. Again, this is a 7.0 width at a 2.0 length. So you should be able to decipher or see the difference. See that? I love a serpentine stitch, especially when I'm doing my strip quilts. Alright, let's try something else here that might be of interest. I'm going to go back to my main menu. I'm going to go to utility stitches. Each type has a little folder here. And then I am going to page through. There's 5 pages of utility stitches. And I'm just going to do a zigzag here, if I can find the one that I want. Oh, before I show you that, I want to show you this mini stippling stitch that's on this machine. And it's currently set at a 7.0, and I can adjust that with a length of 2.0. And I can also move my needle if I need to, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. My scissor and locking stitch is activated. I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And this is the micro stippling stitch. I'm going to go ahead and hit stop. It will cut the thread. Lift the presser foot and have a look at the little micro stippling stitch. Kind of neat, I like that. Okay, I did want to show you what the zigzag looks like, but since I don't have any interfacing or anything here, and zigzags tend to pucker your fabric, I'm just going to fold this fabric over so it'll be 4 layers. And you know what? I didn't try 4 layers last night, so this is going to be new to me as well. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to pick stitch number 8. It's just tap the little icon there. I do have my tie off start and tie off end and scissor function activated. Turn the speed down just a little bit and I'm going to hit start. Let her rip. That's like a slow speed. This is the absolute slowest speed right here. And then I can bump it up slowly and make it go all the way to high, which I'm not going to do too long because it makes the table jump. Alright, I'm going to hit the end button here. Cuts the thread, and okay, the width on that was only 3.5. Let me change that and we'll go a little bit wider. We'll take it up to 7.0. And changing these width and length is just super easy by using the little touch screen that comes up on your little LCD screen here. Alright, so it's set. 7.0, I'm going to bump it up to a 2. And let's see the difference. Hit OK. My scissor and tie off button is activated, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. I might be running out of bobbin thread here pretty soon, so if I run out, I've lost it bobbin chicken if I do run out. Speaking of bobbins, okay, I'm going to stop this. Speaking of bobbins, you wind a bobbin just the exact same way that you would with basically any other machine. Super easy to do. This is the reverse side of the stitches, some of the stitches, and this is just so amazing for such an inexpensive machine. Now, I have not played with the embroidery features yet, as I don't have any stabilizer or embroidery threads. I'm just clipping some of these start threads that I left behind. I don't have those needed items yet. I did order them. They should be here probably in the next, hopefully within the next week, because I really want to play with the embroidery feature. Now, I understand, and from watching videos, that the embroidery features will be a little bit louder, and I'm okay with that. Alright, so let's, just for S&Gs, let's go back to my main menu, pick something else to play with. Cancel current pattern, yes. This is a cross stitch pattern, and I really want it to continuously sew. Oh, and I can, on my faceplate here, I can change the color of the thread that's shown. I'll have to show you that in a minute, but I'm just going to hit OK, and I'm going to hit go. Nothing is activated, so it's not going to tie off or cut the thread until I tell it to. Again, this is just a little cross-stitch type pattern. And another one of the stitches that I cannot adjust the speed for it, which is alright. I mean, it's sewing at a pretty moderate and quick speed. I'm pleased with it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit stop and cut my threads. Lift my presser foot, and I can show you what those stitches look like right in here. Beautiful stitches. I'd like to show you the back, but since I've been sewing so much, I'm kind of overlapping. But there it is. Cross stitch. I don't know, let's see. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. I'm going to move the camera here a little bit. Alright, with this particular stitch, and several of the other ones as well, I can select, if I can remember how to do it now, okay, this, I cannot alter the size, so I'm going to hit OK. Now, how did I do that before? I can't remember. There, no, that's not it. Back up. And if you make a mistake, hit the wrong key, you just use your arrow back here. Now, how did I do that? I can't remember here now. Alright, right here. You see right now, right here, hopefully you can see this, the thread is shown in blue, and if that color is a little difficult for you to see, you can just change your color here, and it'll show you in, this is red, and this is gray. I'm going to go back to red. You see it changes color, and I can do a magnifying glass to see exactly what it's going to look like, and then I can go back, I can hit OK and stitch, and here is those little auto scissor button and the auto lock, and I'm going to go ahead and just show you. If I hit the scissor button, it activates. Whoop, back up. Yeah, I need to cancel that original, that last pattern. Go back. Alright, let's see. Let's find something here to play with. Let's go with this. Yeah, I need to go in and adjust the sensitivity of my touchscreen, and you do have that ability to do that. There's 2 pages of these type of stitches. I'm just going to push this button here to see the second page. And yeah, there's nothing there that interests me, so I'm just going to hit the arrow back, go back to the main screen, and I'll hit this. And we have 3 pages here to scroll through. This is another interesting stitch here. It's like drooping tree branches. I don't know if there's a technical name for it, but that's what I call it, drooping tree branches. So I'm going to go ahead and set this camera back down here, and I'll stitch that out. Hopefully you can see. Alright, I think you can see that. I'm going to initiate the lock, stitch, and scissor cutter, and I'm just going to hit start. And this is another one of those stitches that you cannot alter the speed for, but hey, that's alright. It's sewing at a good speed. I don't need to worry about changing the speed for this. I'm going to go ahead and hit the end feature function. It ties off and cuts the threads for me, and that's that stitch. Little drooping tree branches. Very nice. I really like the features on this machine. In fact, I'm at the point now where I'm just going to keep this, maybe dump my Janome 6600P that I've had for, oh gosh, what is it, 15, 18 years? I don't remember. I think I bought it right around 2005, 2006, and it's currently under the weather. I did something and I threw the timing out, so I would have to get that in and have that checked. And I do have a Janome 11,000 embroidery sewing machine, but it's kind of under the weather as well. I had it in storage so long When I took it out and plugged it in, turned it on, there was an error message about the embroidery arm. And no matter what I did, I couldn't get that embroidery arm to either release or lock in place. And it just keeps throwing an error message at me. So another one that's going to have to go in for service. Alright, one more stitch out here. If I can find something that I want to stitch. We'll stitch the alligator once again. And I'm going to set him to do a complete repeat. Okay, and the thread cutter and start stop locking stitch is activated, so I'm just going to go ahead and move this a little bit so we can see what it looks like. Okay, start! I can't help but sing that song in my head about green alligators and long-necked geese. Now, I'm not going to sing anymore, but it's just really, really cute. And again, I really don't have to hold the fabric. My hands are right here. I'm not touching the fabric. An occasional adjustment might be needed. I'm going to go ahead, since it's running into the other one, I'm going to go ahead and stop it. Oh, I didn't hit the right stop button to do the auto thread cut and lock off. Alright. There they are, the little alligators. Beautiful machine. Beautiful. Love this machine. Heck, I can only imagine what a several $1,000 machine could do. If this does so much. I just want to say this, that I am not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by Brother. I happen to have always been a Janome man, but after having the last couple of Brother machines, I am now calling myself a Brother enthusiast. Now, I am going to do things a little bit in reverse. I am going to unthread this machine, and I know I'm not supposed to pull the thread backwards, but I don't want to be wasting a ton of thread. I'm going to go ahead and I was going to wind the bobbin, but I seem to, there it is. I'm going to, since I am getting a little low on thread, I'm going to wind another bobbin here. And setting this up for winding a bobbin is super easy, and sadly, I don't have my camera in a position right now to show you. I'm getting tired here. I've been up just about the entire night playing with this, learning all of it, and I can't say enough about it. Just checking my camera to make sure it's still recording. I'm going to go ahead and try to get this bobbin situated here. My eyes are really bad this morning. I'm so sleepy. I've been up just about the entire night. Okay, I'm going to engage the bobbin winder, and when it's engaged, I get the orange light here that's illuminated. And so I'll just have to press that, hold on to my tail here, and press that, and it will wind the bobbin. And it will, the screen tells me, winding bobbin thread. Okay, now I'm going to stop this, but I got to put the camera down back in its spot here because I'm going to need two hands. Okay, stop. It will automatically shut off when the bobbin is full. Alright, loading, same as all the others. Remove the plate. I really didn't need to wind another bobbin, but I did anyways, so I could show you this thread, this auto thread cutter. Put the bobbin back in, bring the thread around this little mountain here, pull it tight, and it cuts the thread. Same as the other Brother machines that I've had. Alright, now I have to re-thread this. I'm going to hit my needle down and needle up button to make sure that my needle is in the upmost position. My presser foot is up. And there's a little bar here you got to go around. Can you see what I'm doing here? And then just catch this little, there's a slot, a little slot right here. Catch that, bring the thread up and around. It'll hold in place, and then right here, whoop, whoop, whoop. Well, hello, and I did it again. I got so excited about showing you this machine, I never checked the camera to see if it was recording, and I actually exhausted my battery, and that happens quite a bit. I forget that there's only like 25 minutes to 30 minutes of recording time, and the camera automatically shuts off. So I hope that you enjoyed this little exhibit or explanation of my new Brother machine. I absolutely love it. I feel like a little kid in a candy store. I'm going to have to actually call it a day here and take a nap. I've been up most of the night playing with it, and it's just an amazing little machine. I cannot recommend it enough. I don't get all that excited about new products that I review, but this is one that is really tripping my trigger. I just love it. Give me a second here to have a little sip of coffee. I'm going to either take a nap or I'm going to be drinking cups and cups of coffee today. Alright, so I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about this machine, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below the video, and I will do my best to try to answer them. I mean, there's still so many features on this machine that I just didn't get enough chance to explain and show you, but super easy machine to use. It's got help features on that you can hit to get on screen. Everything is touch screen with the exception of a couple page keys here. Oh, and I actually didn't show you, it has a lockout key as well, that when you're, say you're changing your bobbin or you're changing your needle, instead of shutting the machine off and losing your stitch pattern that you worked with, you can hit the lockout button. It will totally stop the machine from doing any kind of stitching. So it protects your fingers. Excuse me, my coffee's coming back at me. It'll protect your fingers from accidentally getting sewn if you should hit a key or something while you're changing a needle or your bobbin. Another absolute wonderful feature of this machine. You also have the ability to combine stitches, which I didn't really have the opportunity to show you. It may have been in the section after the machine died, or the battery died, but I cannot recommend this machine enough. It's a great little machine. So many wonderful features of some of these hundreds and hundreds of dollar machines, and I only paid $400 for it. So I wish you all a great day. I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm so sleepy here. Have a great day. Be happy, be healthy, be creative, be blessed, and just be. Alright, so long for now. I'm not even going to give you my spiel about helping to save the animals. I'm too tired. Have a great one. I'll see you soon with part 3 of my Brother SE630, where I will touch upon maybe a little bit more of the sewing features and the embroidery feature. I'm going to have to play with that. I'll have to wait until my embroidery supplies arrive, which hopefully will be here within the next week, hopefully. If not, I'll have to take a ride to Joann's or Michael's or wherever I can get the things that I need. So I promise you, I'm not rambling on anymore. I'm going to say my goodbyes. Have a great day, and I will see you very soon. Stay tuned for part 3 coming up, probably within the next week to 10 days. Bye-bye for now, and just take care. I want to see you all back again really, really soon. I am out of here. Bye-bye. Whoosh.